Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I've always loved Blondie, and in fact, I covered a couple Blondie tunes, but one specifically just recently I'm going to release as one of the singles I did with Katie Shear, one of my students. I did another version too a while back, a different version, but anyway, and I wanted to do the 1982 version because that was, I think, the epitome of where Blondie was coming from. So we're just going to do it first, and we'll talk about it as we go along. All right, here we go. Now, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong with this, I think she was a Playboy bunny or something, but there was some magazine that she was involved in. So she came out the gate being like kind of this, let's not take her seriously, hot chick, right? Whatever. But she got a hold of some cool material, and she had a lot of very, very catchy stuff and a really good band. So I did, in the version that I did, and I'll put it in the description tag, I did more of like a rockin' version of it, but her version is a little more on the disco side, which is cool. And anyway, so again, she was kind of came out of the gate not being taken that seriously, and all of a sudden she became Blondie, right? All right, let's continue. Here we go.
Follow me your color, darling. I know who you are. Come up off your color chart. I know where you're coming from. Call me, my life. Call me, any day or night. Call me, right when you're ready for some soup tonight. Call me.
Now, I confess that I know she had a pretty bad drug problem early on, so she looks kind of gaunt in the video, which is kind of a bummer back in early 82. So that's a bit of a drag. But anyway, I heard she cleaned up her act later, which is great. And the other guitar player, too, he had some issues. But the band still has, I think she has kept her same band, or most of the players from the same band up till now. And the other thing, too, is her stage moves were very unique. They weren't like anybody else. She had her kind of like swagger. It's kind of like, Axl Rose, how he had his kind of swagger thing. That was sort of her signature move. There was another thing also on, what was that band that did that? Anyway, I'll think of it in a minute. I'm having a brain, but I'll get back to that in a second. Let's continue. Here we go. Oh, is Matt Bellamy in Muse, but they obviously took that from this tune. Here we go.
Cover me with kisses, baby. Cover me with love. Roll me in designer sheets. I'll never get enough. Emotion comes, I don't know why. Cover with love and love. Call me, my life. Call me, day or night. Call me, goodbye. Lady, you can share the wine for me.
One more thing. There was only a handful of female vocalists at this time. I mean, especially early on in her career in the 70s, etc. You had Susie Quattro, and, of course, there was later in that time, the Linda Ronstadts in a different era, whatever. But as far as kind of rock chicks, but mostly rock chicks, there were very few. Later, Pat Benatar, of course, and Hart, of course, But, again, these were trendsetters. You could probably count 10 of them, total. And there was a ton of male rock vocalists. So these girls are stepping into some shoes that are really hard shoes to fill. And she's doing a pretty fine job, if you ask me. Here we go.
He speaks the languages of love.
That note quite. You got it. I love those old Casio sounding synths back then. So many people using the Cars. A lot of bands. Looks like a little kid. Those old moods. Now, one more thing, what I loved about bands back then too is they're really multinational. I mean, it was like, very international. It wasn't like everyone had to have long hair and wear the same thing and look exactly like what happened in the 80s for 80s metal. If he was a great player, he got the gig. If he could sing and could play, he probably got the gig even faster. But anyway, so I see Babyface here. It didn't really matter so long as you fit the bill, you were dependable, and you could step it up. So here we go. Cool, and it goes into a little instrumental break, I think, after that. But anyway, you guys, if you liked what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. God bless all you guys, and until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.